JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 1st of June, guys, 2022. So yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday's morning session, and of course welcome to this first trading day of the summer, so official summer. So yeah guys, before we jump in further, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So yep, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Brokers website, and specifically the market news and analysis page, which I believe you can find useful. So guys, that's yeah, that's it. Well, let's jump into the charts. So the first one to pick up here is Nikkei 225. So good push higher we're seeing right now, so maybe not a huge gain. However, we are testing that 200-day EMA and together with that downside line. So if you remember, I kept on talking about this and I said that wait for a clear break through this downside line, through that 200-day EMA, and also maybe through that 27,580 zone, just to be a little bit more on the safe side. So long story short, for now, let's keep an eye on this whole area. If we manage to clear it, then well, this could open the door towards higher levels. However, if the pair, the index continues to trade, and somewhere in here, in between these lines, then we'll remain on the neutral side. But if we get a break through this upside line, that's where maybe the sellers could join in, especially if the index drops somewhere below this 27,072 territory right there. Shanghai Composite, guys. So we have managed to clear this barrier, this 3,160 territory. Yep, so yesterday we pushed through it, so that's good news for the buyers. We're seeing a bit of a retracement today, however, not something to be scared off yet, I would say. So if we continue to trade above that 3,160, then yeah, we'll continue aiming higher, and my next target will be this 3,226 territory, somewhere around here. Or if that gets cleared, then yeah, I'll continue aiming higher here, possibly maybe for this 3,280 zone, or let me just adjust this a little bit, or maybe actually this this hurdle here, this 3,290. So in other words, we can actually stick to maybe to the area instead. So in other words, for now, yeah, let's keep an eye on this whole area right here. If we can clear up this 3,000, well, actually I would say from the beginning, probably if we can remain above that 3,160 territory, then yeah, a nice little rebound here could be possible. Then we'll aim for that 3,226 zone, and if that gets cleared, then yeah, we'll go for some higher levels. For the downside now, this is where we could see then a drop below. If we do see, let's put it this way, if we do see a drop below that 21-day EMA, I'm not saying that this is, you know, this is something that could open the door towards much lower levels, but or it will open the door towards much lower levels. No, it still could do that, because now, yeah, we did have a break below here, but then it quickly reversed back down. So kind of keep that in mind always, that something like that could also happen. But if it starts drifting somewhere below this 3,070 territory, now that's where, yep, more sellers could join in. So just yeah, let's see how this is going to play out. The German index DAX. So yeah, okay, so here we saw an index that declined. However, yesterday, I mean, this is not something new. When I was talking about the German index, then yeah, I said that we will see a bit of a retracement, but basically, in terms of this, I was kind of hoping to see maybe a bit of a retracement, or should I say a bit of a stall near the 100-day EMA shown here as the green line, but we've dropped below it. The cash index right now is actually sitting at around 14,460 territory. So actually we are back somewhat. We are back above this 100-day EMA. So again, let's see how this is going to play out, because if we continue to trade above that 100-day EMA here shown as the green line, then yep, nice maybe push higher could be possible here. But again, let's not rush into anything. I would say if you're looking for some higher levels, then maybe the safer option here it could be this this barrier right there, this 14,600 zone, and then yeah, we could kind of take it from there. So a nice good push above that barrier here may attract a few more buyers into the game here. Now Nasdaq 100, very quickly on that one. So beautiful decline yesterday, beautiful correction lower, nice rebound from the area near that 21-day EMA, and there we go, we climbed back and stayed above the 12,564 territory. Now if we take a look at the cash index right now, we'll see that, well, the price is sitting at around 12,640, so basically we're nicely above this hurdle, above this level that I talked about. And if we continue to trade above it, then yeah, a nice reversal here back to the upside could be possible, and well, where we could aim for that 13,542 territory right here, which previously, as you can see, acted as a good area of resistance. But again, let's go slowly on everything. For now, I would say I'm keeping an eye on this 12,564 territory. If we can and this 21-day EMA. If we continue to trade above both of those, then yeah, there is potential for this one to reverse nicely to the upside and go higher. If you are a little bit on the skeptical side, well, what you can do here is keep your eyes on yesterday's high near the 12,762 zone. A nice good pop above that would confirm a forthcoming higher high. Dow Jones Industrial Average, so also beautiful decline yesterday, beautiful correction lower. We managed to get a hold up near this hurdle, this 32,689 zone. I talked about it yesterday, sorry, not yesterday, on Monday. I said that if we drop below this area and below that 21-day EMA, then and stay below that, then yeah, this could lead to some lower levels. However, if we kind of remain somewhere above this, then well, maybe not all is lost here for the buyers. Now, another thing to consider here, and this is where I will adjust a few levels. I think this level has to go, and I'll pick up on the high of yesterday, so which is around the 33,240 zone. So a nice good pop above that barrier would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and yep, we could this may attract more buyers into the game, and we could aim for that 100-day EMA, 200-day EMA, or even that 34,106 zone. So not to mention, of course, the psychological 34,000 mark. But either way, guys, at the moment, let's put it this way, the cash index is sitting at around 33,135 zone, something like that. Above yesterday's close, that's good, but still below this barrier. So if you're looking for some upside, wait for a clear breakout here, and then yeah, we could go nicely to the upside. DXY, the dollar index. So DXY is breaking this downside line, and yep, pushing higher. So however, as I mentioned before to you, that even if we break this downside line, this is what I said yesterday, even if we break this downside line, still there's an obstacle here near this 102.35 level, near that 21-day EMA. So if we find some resistance around here, another decline could be possible towards that this upside support line taken from the low of the 10th of February. So if you're looking for some higher levels, then yep, I would say at least wait for a push above the 102.65 territory, somewhere around here, and then we could get a little bit more excited with the upside. At the moment, I am considering this scenario. Let's see if this is gonna play out. Jumping into gold, so huge decline yesterday. Look at this, guys, and this is what I kept on saying yesterday, that if this 200-day EMA together with the 21-day EMA together with the 1858 level and all that combination, if it somehow continues to provide that good hold up, well, I mean, this could decline, this could drift lower, and well, this is what happened, guys, and it drifted nicely to the downside, and most importantly, it managed to drop and stay below that 1840 zone. So I talked about this, guys, and I said that if we drop below this and stay below this, then well, this could open the door towards lower levels. At the moment, yep, it is kind of looking quite bearish, I would say, and to be honest, given that if DXY pushes a little bit more to the upside here, then yep, this could apply pressure on gold, and gold could slide further. At the moment, I would say this way, that as long as we remain below that 1840 territory, I will aim for that 1807. If we climb back up here, I will take a bit of a neutral stand, but if we push through that 1858 level, then this is where I'll get a little bit more excited with the upside. Okay, WTI oil, guys, so look at this roller coaster ride, and this is quite interesting to see, because basically what I was talking about yesterday said that, well, keep your eyes on this highlighted territory, this highest point of 2011, and yesterday was the last trading day of the month, and well, I mean, I would say the commodity managed to remain fractionally above that highest point of 2011. So of course, from the technical perspective, this paints a bit of a more positive picture here for the oil bulls. But looking at this from the shorter term perspective, I mean, look at this rising channel. It somehow continues to do its job and provide kind of, you know, the range here, the area for trading, and we managed to test the upper side of the rising channel, and well, we got a hold up there, so we can see that we drifted back down, but we remained above that 114.79 zone, so which is that highest point of 2011. Now the big question here is, can we drop below this hurdle? Can we go lower? At the moment, I will take a bit of a careful approach, I would say, here, because at this point, in a way, on one hand, you have a commodity which could still go higher due to the current geopolitical situation. Then on the other hand, you have another problem. I mean, of course, higher inflation right now is forcing people to kind of, you know, cut back on certain things, certain goods and services. So, so that's why oil it has to be stabilized as well. I mean, it cannot just fly high. So eventually some sort of measures could come in, and yeah, and another thing, I mean, although yesterday we saw reports from EU that the EU is trying to cut, let's say, Russian oil. Well, again, let's see how this is going to play out, because if suddenly, let's say, the news start coming out that maybe some sort of an agreement has been reached, maybe for somebody else, then yeah, oil could drift back down a little. So this is where it's an interesting point right now. This is an interesting moment that, and especially from the technical side as well, that we are still holding above that highest point of 2011. If we can continue holding above it, then yeah, we could go back to the upside. If we suddenly fall below it, then well, maybe this is where we could consider maybe a bit of a decline. Initially, let's put it this way, if we do drop below that 114.79 zone, then yes, the next target could be that 21-day EMA, and well, well then yeah, we'll just kind of take it from there. So, jumping into a few other instruments here, Ripple. So yeah, our XRP USD. After we saw this nice push to the upside, yep, Ripple tested the 21-day EMA, and so far it's struggling to push above that 21-day EMA. So, in other words, at the moment I would like to see this one pushing maybe a little bit to the upside. However, let's be very careful. Let's approach this from a pragmatic point. So, if we do push through that 21-day EMA, then yes, I'll go for a larger correction to the upside here and towards that downside line taken from the high 28th of March. If we struggle with this 21-day EMA, then maybe a bit of a decline could be possible here. However, for me to get comfortable with, let's say, with the downside, I would actually prefer to see a drop somewhere below here, below that 0.3755 territory right here, and then yeah, we could go from there. Jumping into a few pairs, AUD, USD, guys. So after we pushed higher and we didn't really reach the 100-day EMA, we kind of found some resistance before that, and we drifted, kind of started correcting lower. We are currently sitting above a, let me just grab this line. Let me just recycle. We're seeing still sitting, I think, above this upside line, taken from the low, the 12th of May. So yeah, that's correct. So in other words, that's a good line to watch. If wrong element, and this is the wrong point. Bear with me one moment. So this has to be this way, and this has to be that way. So if we continue to trade above that upside line, then certainly yes, my next target is the 200-day EMA together with that 0.7265 level. If we break this upside line, yes, this could be the first sign for a possible move lower, but to be honest, I think that somewhere a drop below, not this hurdle, let me just grab a new line here for this one, maybe a drop somewhere below this area actually could do the trick, the 0.7110 zone. So a nice good move below it at the same time would place the pair below the 21-day EMA, and yeah, potentially more sellers could join in. So keep something like that in mind. USD JPY, and look at this, how well this is playing out, guys. I mean, this is just textbook perfect. I talked for about 2 weeks. I've been talking about this idea of seeing this one as a falling wedge pattern, which according to all the TA rules tends to break to the upside. Well, and there we go. We got our break. We got our push through that 21-day EM as well. And when I was yesterday I was talking about this, and I said that, well, you know, be very careful, because kind of or actually on Monday I think I was talking about this, and I said that even if we break this upper side of the falling wedge, then yes, at this point, I mean, we had a problem with the 21-day EMA, which was kind of providing resistance. Now, I said that if it continues to do so, then yeah, another slide could be possible. But if we climb above it and stay above it, then that's where it could become very interesting. Now, my arrow here is drawn all the way up until this 131.25 level. However, I'm aiming for this 129.80 territory, somewhere around here. I want to see what's going to happen next near this hurdle, if we're going to get a hold up or not. If not, then yeah, a nice good break here could lead to some higher levels. But if we do, then yeah, I would say let's then take it slowly here. So for now, I'm aiming for that 129.80 territory. So let's see how this is going to play out there. USD CHF, guys, this one is quite interesting as well, because basically what I talked about yesterday, I said that maybe, given that we had already quite a decent decline, maybe a bit of a retracement here could be possible. So we started seeing that retracement, what I said, that I would like to see this one pushing and staying above this barrier here, the high of Monday, near the 0.9606 area. So we have we got that kind of move initially, but we failed to stay above it. Today we're also having this move above this hurdle, but we're struggling to kind of keep above it. So that's, of course, kind of giving me an indication that, yeah, we need to keep an eye on this hurdle, because if we finally manage to stay above it, then I'll go for that 23.6% retracement on the Fibonacci, which is roughly around that 0.9671 level. And then, yeah, another decline here could be possible. Jumping into CHF very quickly. So if you remember a while ago, I have been talking about this when I said that, well, we are in this nice range here, and after we tested the upper side of it, we started drifting lower, then moved nicely to the downside here, and most importantly, we managed to break the lower side of the range and stay below it. Now, I would say this way: as long as we continue to trade below this area, then yeah, there is still potential for this one to move lower. However, if we somehow jump back above this area and maybe also above this 21-day EMA, now that's where I will consider a bit of a move here to the upside, and then we'll just kind of take it from there. But at the moment, guys, yep, there is still hope. I mean, there is still hope for the sellers, but we need to continue trading below this highlighted territory, which is the lower side of this range. GBP/NZD, so beautiful rebound from this upside line. I talked about this pair, and yeah, so far so good for the bulls, I would say, but maybe not as good as they would like to be, but nevertheless, we take everything what we have here. So in other words, for now, there is still hope for that this pair could go higher, but to be honest, I would prefer to wait for a push somewhere above this barrier right here. That's the high of the 27th of May, near the 1.9492 level. At the same time, we would be placed above all of the EMAs on our daily chart here, and then yeah, potentially more buyers could join in. So keep an eye on this one. At the moment, like I said, I'm very careful. So if we do eventually climb above this barrier, I'll get more excited with the upside. However, if we break the upside line and we drop below the 1.9250 territory right here, that's where it could open the gates towards lower levels. Euro Aussie, very quickly on that one, we are approaching the upside line here, unlike the GBP/NZD. We are approaching this upside line. We did kind of, I would say, almost test it yesterday, but hey, it quickly pushed back up. We're still above this upside line, so in other words, I'm keeping an eye on it. I want to see what's going to happen here with it, and if we can actually rebound from it and push higher. Now, even if we do that, I'm still going to be cautious, just because we have a newly established this short-term tentative downside line, which is taken from the high of the 12th of May. So in other words, if you would be looking for some higher levels, a break of this downside line would be needed. So as long as the pair continues to trade in between these two lines here, then yep, I can just continue observing the price action, and I'll keep an eye on, like I said, on these lines basically. And finally, EURUSD. We tested the upside line, we rebounded from it. Today again we're testing this upside line. So in other words, yeah, there is some interest here still for the bulls, but the further it kind of, the more it hangs around this upside line, the more I'm being careful, because still for the upside, I would prefer to see a push above this 1.0787 level. That's the the current highest point of this week. A nice good pop above it would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and yep, potentially, this could lead to this 100-day EMA or this 1.092338 levels, something like that. However, if we break this upside line and we fall below the 1.0636 territory right here, then yeah, that's where it could become a little bit more interesting for the sellers again, because at the same time we would be placed below the this 21-day EMA and below this hurdle that I kept on talking about, this 1.0636, with the area which we previously looked at as a resistance. Now it could take the role of strong support, but if it gets broken, then yeah, like I said, this could lead to some further declines. Now, okay guys, that's kind of it. That's it for this session. I really hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for your views, for your likes, guys. I really appreciate that. If you want to catch me tomorrow morning, as always, at my Traders Espresso, 6 o'clock GMT time. For now, have a wonderful trading day. Stay safe. Have your stop losses in place, and all will be fine. So yeah, see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.